Yo, what's up, people? Thank you for checking out the video, for checking out the channel. We'll be checking out a video by the channel Adieu Peret. Adieu Peret, I don't know how you pronounce that, but I will leave a link in the description. Yeah, I will leave a link, man. This is Calm Town, the Chris Benoit story. Yeah, I remember Chris Benoit, man. I was a huge wrestling fan as a kid. I remember seeing him from time to time when I was a kid, and I know he died in a very tragic way. I think he OD'd on pills or something, so it was a very, very sad ending to Chris Benoit here. But I want to hear what the boys have to say about this. This is the Chris Benoit story. I hope they'll be touching on actual events that took place in his life. Touching on that, sprinkle in the jokes and everything, but I hope there's actually some facts in here, because I want to learn about his story, man. Let's go.
Your brother?
I fucked him in the
By
ass.
the way,
Your brother?
I fucked him in the
by
ass.
the way, guys, it's almost home workout month, June, in honor of Chris Benoit. He did the ultimate home workout.
Sponsored by Bowflex Total Gym.
God damn, dude.
Yeah,
That was a big...
We were laughing about that at the live show
I was
last
saying this morning to Amber that they're they did the OJ series, American Crime Story, and they did the John Bonet one. There has to be a dramatic 10-part series on the Chris Benoit
hell
murders.
yeah, dude.
You just find all actors that look exactly like Chris
Yeah.
Benoit.
Fuck yes.
One that looks a lot exactly like Chris Jericho.
Yep.
And then
you could just get Jericho.
you could just get
Jericho's
Jericho.
around.
He's
Yeah.
available. He fancies himself an actor.
He did People Talking Sports.
Did he?
Yeah, yeah,
He's a
but-
cool guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's charismatic.
talked
Well, anyways, you get him to do a dramatic series about the death of his colleague. And, that would be a great... I would watch the shit out of that. That would be the series of the summer.
100%.
And you know what? I don't know how optioning the story works or what's legal in terms of doing that shit, but I might write a little spec and pitch it to my,
Well,
to my
technically,
agency that doesn't speak to me anymore.
technically, no one.
Hey, I know it cost that company $6 million with my cum podcast, but what do you think about this? Just a little quick treatment. This guy murdered his family with wrestling moves a decade ago.
And they
in the
killed
same
him.
vein as the John Benet Ramsey series, we do a series about a man with CTE murdering his family and then hanging himself in the Bowflex.
Yeah, he killed his family. Yeah. Fucked up. I wonder if it's true that he actually performed wrestling moves on them, man. Because that would be just insane, man. Just insane, man.
Great to do a series about a man with CTE murdering his family and then hanging himself in the Bowflex.
My man
No, straight to voicemail? Okay.
My man Crippler cross-faced his son to death, dude. That is a literal finishing move.
Well,
You gotta
technically-
give it to him.
If he killed his entire family, then no one owns his estate then, right? I'm pretty sure.
right.
I was nearly a lawyer.
Up for grabs.
That's right.
So that means that the story you could just use. Yeah, and you don't have to pay anyone. Or
Yeah, you
listen-
probably don't have to. If it's a public story and they're public figures, why wouldn't you be able to?
I guess so.
We could do the unlicensed story.
Yeah.
Crams Benoit.
Did they have to pay anyone to do the OJ series?
I think I don't know. A lot of the
Oh, that's a
times
good
people
question.
just find a book and then they option the book.
They must have written a book about it. Let's option that.
Yeah.
Let's start our own studio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go bankrupt. Let's spend every cent we make on
On
Patreon.
the Chris Well, why don't I just write the Chris Benoit book and then I option it for myself?
Now you're fucking
Then you can
thinking.
pay yourself
I
double.
get,
Brother.
I get double the
That's
money.
fucking...
They get double money.
Yeah.
I get a book advance and then I option it and I need extra money from the book publisher to option my own story.
Mm-hmm.
And then
That's a good
It's
idea.
coming together.
I like that.
How about this? We start our own fucking publishing
how about
firm.
this? I kill my own family and myself. That way it's my story.
It's your story.
And then I'll be fictionalize my story as a man named named Chris Benoit,
That's
who's
perfect.
not related to the original Chris
Yeah,
Benoit.
they don't own
it's
that
based
name.
on my story.
Right.
It's a man who happens to be
Or,
named Chris
how about
Benoit,
this?
but it's the story about me.
But you gotta
change your
legally
name.
change your
Yeah, you
name.
change
I legally
your name.
changed my name.
Benoit.
from-
Kill your family. We found it, boys.
Yeah.
We found the
There
legal
we go.
label.
Okay, you got to start a family, right? You got to let them grow up for like.
Dasha,
7
get in here.
No, don't make that joke.
Okay.
Don't make that joke.
What do you mean? Don't make that joke.
Just don't make.
She's gonna be a millionaire.
Dude.
Well, no, she'll be dead, I guess.
Yeah.
Who, Dasha?
Yeah,
She'll
we'd have
die
to kill her and
Yeah.
the child.
Shit. Who are we gonna make? Who are we gonna find? We'll
I
figure it
guess. I mean, I guess Nick can get
The
married
Chris
to.
Benoit story, the true story of professional wrestler Nick Mullen. That's the title.
Right. Okay. You also need a
You have
WWE
to become-
contract.
You have to become
So
intercontinental.
you need
champion.
to. Okay. So
No,
you
we
need to
start
go.
our own WWE.
Ah.
Wait, hold on. What's it? So, opening scene, the Chris Benoit movie. He's in an exercise equipment store and he's looking over all of like the Bowflexes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, he's like the salesman's talking to him, and he's like, yeah, this is this one, and then we just see like he's like going over the features, and then from Benoit.
Dude was just a mass of muscle, man. Look at him, man. First of all, the caption here is hilarious. BRB killing my family, LOL. Damn. But look at him, man. Just roided to the gills, man. Just a ball of muscle, man. Jesus. He must have been doing every supplement, every steroid in the world, man. Look at that neck, bro. God damn. Jesus.
Start ringing.
Mm.
He's like the salesman's talking.
He has that John Cena physique. John Cena had a ridiculous physique when he was in the WWE. I don't know if he's still there. I tapped out on WWE around the John Cena, Randy Orton, Sheamus era. That's when I tapped out. That's the last of my WWE experience that I remember. But John Cena had a ridiculous physique, man. Just short, swole arms, man. Like his arms were just ridiculous, man. Out of this world, man. Sheesh. Kinda like this guy, but I feel like John Cena was a little bit more muscular, man. Like the way those guys get, man, it's just insane. Just insane, man. But anyway, let's get back to this Act 1 over here.
Benoit movie. He's in an exercise equipment store and he's looking over all of like the Bowflexes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, he's like the salesman's talking to him, and he's like, yeah, this is this one, and then we just see like he's like going over the features, and then from Benoit's perspective, his ears start ringing, and he's like zoning out,
Yeah.
and he doesn't really know what's happening,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Oh yeah, that like
And then
high
he, like,
pitched.
Then he like yeah, and then he like comes back, and the guy's like, Mr. Benoit, and he's like, oh yeah, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, are you okay? And he's like, yeah, I'm fine. And then the title card,
Right, yeah.
you know,
Perfect.
boom, 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 boom,
Uh-huh.
boom, boom, you know, like the, and then just pictures of wrestling moves superimposed in the
Yeah.
Yep.
background.
Yeah.
You know,
I think you got
Young Chris Benoit with long ass hair.
Idris Elba, you know, title card. You know,
You got to open on a cold open, which is the crime, right? And then you got to spend the entire 10 episodes.
yeah, no, the
working back to
911, the
crime.
911 call.
Yeah.
Hello, brother.
Yeah.
I went over here to check on my friend.
Wait, did another wrestler find him dead?
I don't
Yeah,
think
for
so.
this,
Yeah.
for this,
For this,
right,
for this,
yeah,
for
yeah.
this.
Mark
Yeah,
story,
yeah,
Hulk
yeah,
Hogan
yeah.
found it.
All right,
Yeah.
I like that. I like
Macho
that.
Man found
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Give me a second. I gotta snap into a Slim Jim.
Oh yeah. Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Okay, so that's okay. I like that. You have him like zoning out. You can tell that he has a.
I want to
haunted,
play
troubled past.
Yokozuna in. I'm gonna be in Yellowface.
Okay,
All right,
yeah,
we're
yeah,
not
let's play
casting it
Yokozuna.
right now, dude.
Come on, let me be.
We got to break
Yokozuna.
this story.
No, yeah. Let's come up with an arc for 10 episodes, right?
So the cold open is most important, and then we can probably bang out Act 1 before we need to take a break for this. Guys, this is now a writer's room podcast.
That's fine.
If you want to because look, I am a professional television
That's
writer.
right.
If you guys want to see what it's like
This
to
is
be
the process.
in
We've
the
got-
zone with me when I'm on the fucking clock, you know, when I'm not goofing off with my boys on a stupid podcast. This is how it works. Adam, go get the index cards.
Yeah, I got
I'm
that.
gonna go ahead and start putting holes in your wall. though.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, can you just set up an entire like whiteboard system?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm gonna get that
You know what?
whiteboard paint.
You know what we need? Some LaCroix and goldfish.
Okay, I got LaCroix.
Yeah.
I got
So
LaCroix.
let's take a minute, and we're going to spend the next 20 minutes writing down our favorite LaCroix flavors, and then we'll give that to the production assistant.
Who is Adam?
It is Adam.
Well, yeah. As back to Chris Benoit.
So okay, pilot episode. Get the flashback. 911 call.
All right. Okay. So here's the book. It's called Chris and Nancy: The True Story of the Benoit Murder, Suicide, and Pro Wrestling's Cocktail of Death.
Ooh.
So we're gonna go free sample, and if you just read the sample, you don't have to option the whole book.
Yeah, that's true. It's
true, they put it
available
out
to the
there for
public
free.
on Amazon. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll option
This
a
I'm
sample.
in a writer's room. What they call a maverick. You know, they call me legal's worst nightmare.
They call me a goose.
because I like to, instead of doing my job,
Iceman.
argue with the lawyers from Viacom about what constitutes fair use and harassment.
Yep. You're one of the finest legal minds I know.
Yeah, they really enjoy having me around when I say technically it's it's not child pornography because the baby's penis isn't hard.
Yes.
It's an instructional video.
Yeah.
Yep.
By Irvin Muchnick. That's this guy's name.
Irvin Munch.
About Irvin Munch Dick.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, maybe now
I'm
he's going to
Irvin.
murder his family and kill himself too.
Come on. He's a loose cannon.
me, Irvin. Ooh, is
It's me, the loose cannon of being gay.
Irvin Munch Dick.
He's a real loose asshole.
Take that, Irvin, you fucking bitch.
All right, let's go. Let's start this. What's he say? What's Irvin say?
Okay. Chris
He's
Benoit.
reading.
Oh
bro.
yeah,
Give him
here we
some
go.
time.
Grow up. You're 40. This is it opens with a text message to or from Nancy to Chris.
Oh, God,
Grow
that
up.
bitch.
You're 40 years old, for mighty sakes. Get off this stuff. It's obvious I'm probably not the only one who can see you. And you both know the WWE wellness program is a joke.
Damn.
Chris Benoit text message. The scandal isn't what's illegal. It's what's legal. I don't know who Michael Kingsley is. I share an unintended badge of honor. This is the forward by Phil Mushnick.
Phil
His
Munch
brother.
Dick, his brother, who also munches dick.
Yeah. I don't know. This is
Fucking
this is more
bitches.
about. But what the fuck is this? Now it's all about his stupid last name.
Boo.
A Staten Islander. Or when Mushnick became Mushnick. Irv was living in New York.
Oh,
in the
you're
early
reading about the author.
No, I'm reading the sample. Why is this included in the sample?
Damn, dude. That's fucking bullshit. Never trust a munch dick.
All right, let's get into it, please.
What you guys remember Butt Munch? That was a good ass childhood
That was
insult.
Yeah,
introduction to
Butt
the digital edition.
The digital fuction.
All right, don't leave me hanging here, guys.
The digital ass function. I got it, dude.
Yeah,
Throw me
nice.
the ball a little bit. ISO for me. Here comes
This
the
is like
second
that
unit.
scene in Cliffhanger where he's like just barely hanging onto the wire.
By a finger.
Oh, faggot, dick munch. Don't let go.
Yeah, gay Irv
Yeah.
suck ding.
All right. God damn it.
Adam,
This
what
is
are you looking up
The
here on
entire
your phone?
sample.
I'm looking up another Chris Benoit book.
Okay. All right. Fuck it. We don't need the books. We'll make up our own goddamn story.
All right.
All right.
So he's in the.
So from what-
he
just
leaves
from
the,
that
the
sample-
Bowflex thing. And now the conflict we have to establish is between him and his wife Nancy.
Well, to me, it sounds
Nancy,
like already she's a
350 pounds, black woman. You know.
Hold on, we got the. I
I
think
don't-
your phone is on a cord or something.
Oh. Is that better?
Yeah, it's better. It's over now.
Nancy Benoit.
DJ Stavros on the
Let's
ones
see what
and
this woman
motherfucking
looks like.
twos.
What kind of dispute are they having at home? She's making lunch for the kids. She was a professional wrestler too.
Oh.
I don't
right,
know,
so
I don't know if I
she-
want that detail in there. So
No,
let's
get rid of
her-
that.
Let's make her theoretical physicist
I like that.
because we contrast the two types
Brains
of brain.
and
Right.
brawn.
Yeah. So she's at the
brains-
forefront of science. She was raped by Neil deGrasse Tyson in the 1990s.
Yeah.
She's the woman that was raped
Yes,
by him?
and that's
Okay.
why nobody knows who she is, and she had to marry a mental retard.
Yeah. So she's living a quiet life in
Quiet life,
Yeah.
hiding from the science world, but quietly doing science in the
Yeah.
attic.
Yep.
Ooh,
Where
what
she-
if Neil deGrasse Tyson
Where
was
the
actually
attic
one
where
who
she
killed
lives, because
everyone?
it's the only place in the house that's not filled with exercise equipment.
Yeah.
I think we got to fucking the gunman on the grassy knoll, Neil deGrasse Tyson, to cover up.
I
his
like
rape,
that.
Yeah.
Is actually the one who crippler cross faces her to
That's
death.
what Chris Benoit is quietly dealing with. He's piecing together the fact that his wife was raped by Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Okay. So he's got like in the basement, he's got a whole like setup
Yeah.
like with like strings and like
yeah,
coming
all
up
that
with
kinda
like
shit.
this who
It's
raped my
actually
wife.
just all the arms of the Bowflex lead to
Ah.
different people.
yes,
At
yes.
the
Wow.
Carnegie Mellon University astrophysics
And he has to
department.
lift his way.
And
to
he
the
has to
solution.
lift the strings together. Okay.
All right.
This is coming
So he
together
gets
nicely.
home from the Bowflex store, and she's like, "Where have you been?" And he was like, "I was just at a bar drinking." And she was like, "Let me see your
She's like,
phone." He's
"Don't
like, "I don't
lie
want
to
to show
me."
you my phone. I've been getting drunk all day during the day." And she was like, "You were at the Bowflex store again." And he's like, "Get off my fucking ass! You don't know everything I'm doing
Right.
for you." She's like, "Doing for us? What? You just because you put food on the table?" And he's like, "I do a hell of a lot more than that." And at the time, we're on her side because we don't know that he's solving her rape with exercise.
Yes.
Yeah, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we initially we just said because people know the story, people know he murdered his family, so he has to look like
They
a villain
think
at
they know the
first.
story.
And then as we peel back the layers, he becomes a more sympathetic character. As we remove weights from the stack,
Yes.
as they will. And that's what the title card should be. It's like
Yes.
people's names and then different settings on the
Fine.
Bowflex,
Yes.
lowering.
Yes, a notch.
And as we get more and deeper into the story. So I really
you
like
also-
that. I'm going to be directing it as well.
Okay, I think like something that could really add to this project is if we have a lot of
Let's get that-
dialogue free scenes.
Let's get that
of
Ching
just-
Chong guy that did True Detective.
Yeah, we could have him.
What's his name?
Kobasachi.
Christy Yamaguchi.
Yeah. That guy. He's
Tara Lachonsky or whatever.
Okay, we have a lot of-
Hideki Yamaguchi.
We need a lot of dialogue free, like sort of with just only like a kind of a hard rock soundtrack of men just getting ripped.
Well, it
and
has to be.
working
You
out.
know what it has to be is moments,
strong.
Moments where we're seeing the old Chris come through have to be underlined by hair metal because
Yeah.
it always
Yes.
has to dial back to the 1980s.
Motley Crue.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
All
the kind
Motley
of
Crue.
excesses that led to
In fact,
Right.
we should get Tommy Lee on board.
yeah, Quiet Riot.
Ooh, Quiet Riot's good.
A lot of
Yeah,
Quiet
yeah,
Riot.
Yeah.
Come on, suck my dick.
The 80s
Come
were kind of
on,
like when
kill your
steroids were
family.
king, right?
Yeah.
That was like a
Girls
hot.
get murdered
And you know what? But
for
we
the
only
first
hear
time.
it. We only hear it when Chris is driving around in his 1997 Aerostar, listening to Quiet Riot on cassette tapes.
Yes.
So it'll
Wow.
you know that Quiet Riot saturates the scene where he's storming out of the house after the argument with his wife, and then it dials back where it's just on the cassette while he's driving. And what that symbolizes.
I'm looking at this photo on screen right now. This image. This guy's neck is the same width as his fucking head, man. Which is just insane, man. Like, his head and his neck, completely same size, same width, man. Crazy, man. Jesus. Oof.
That storming out of the house after the argument with his wife, and then it dials back where it's just on the cassette while he's driving.
I wonder how WWE. Of course, he was with the WWE at the time. I think. I wonder how they handled his death, PR wise. You know, because a lot of blame must have been put on them for what happened with them. Man, I don't know the full story. I know he died. He killed his wife and then killed himself. He was obviously going through some shit, you know. And when someone is going through stuff like that, many times the company that is or the organization that is working for gets some blame for not being there for one of their own and not taking care of one of their own and providing mental health programs to help people who might be struggling like him. You know, I wonder how it went down with the WWE and all that, you know. I'm sure they got some blame, some criticism. But if I were to guess, I would say that they just, you know, they like probably just ignored it, you know. They didn't accept any responsibility for any of it, I bet. I bet. It's a tragic, tragic story. Let's get to this, though. Let's get back to this.
I only hear it when Chris is driving around in his 1997 Aerostar, listening to Quiet Riot on cassette tapes.
Yes.
So it'll
Wow.
you know, that Quiet Riot saturates the scene where he's storming out of the house after the argument with his wife, and then it dials back where it's just on the cassette while he's driving. And what that symbolizes is that Chris's memories of like the glamour of the 1980s saturate his entire existence, and he can't see that it's destroying his life. When ultimately, it's a very small, low fidelity part of what's
Yes.
going on in the world at large in his Aerostar that's filled
That's
with yet
the
another
world.
Bowflex.
yeah.
So the Aerostar has two Bowflexes in there.
He's addicted, literally, to buying Bowflex.
yes. He gets
That's
it right.
his real problem. It's not the steroids. It's the Bowflex
And then
addiction.
Nancy,
yeah.
or whatever the fuck her name is,
Well,
she
that's-
can't help herself. It's been too long without science.
Yeah.
So then she sneaks back into the observatory.
Yeah. Well, she's sneaking chemicals into his food to try and kill him, but she's accidentally making OxyContin.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So she's going to get chemicals, and then she bumps into who does she see?
Macho Man Randy Savage.
Macho Man Randy
Yep.
Savage. and
I'm gay.
Nancy, I gotta tell you, I've never told anyone.
and now
No, you're not.
she's burdened by this fact.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's holding Macho Man's secret.
Macho
Yeah.
Man's like, I gotta tell you something. I was also raped by Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Oh my God! So they're in sort of a sisterhood.
That's got to be like episode 4 or
Of
5.
Survivor.
That's when the
Yeah.
show really falls off.
Yeah.
You know, like tied up.
They're like
Where they
the
just
pilot
give
was
up.
good,
And then, and the lawyer's hiding drugs in her pussy.
I thought they would just be gay together.
Yeah. Anyways, back to work.
Yeah,
All right,
sorry.
yeah,
Then we
sorry,
took enough of a break.
Okay,
All right.
so Macho Man Randy
Macho Man's
Savage
getting raped by Neil
No,
deGrasse
no,
Discloses
but we got to figure out what happens in Act 1 that lets us know that this is only going to end with him murdering his family.
Okay,
Or
well,
is that necessary because people already know the ending?
No, I
what
think.
you
But
need
wait,
is-
wait. Didn't Neil? I think Neil deGrasse Tyson killed him, dude. In ours.
Also, we should go back
You
and
think it's a
rewrite the
false
cold
flag?
open.
I
The
think
cold
it's
open
false
has
flag.
to start with, you know, him sitting down at that Bowflex, and he's got blood and a bunch
Yeah,
of
of
Adderall
course.
glued to his face.
yeah.
Or the 911 call.
Uh-huh.
Do we go 911 call? 'Cause what are we trying to say with the opening?
No. I think you're right. I think you have him
Not
sitting
what's
at the
his-
Bowflex.
We'll never know his motivation.
You
So we
have
have to
him-
know our motivation.
No, but what we know, we see a shadowy figure at the Bowflex, and everyone will
a
assume
shadowy figure.
No.
and everyone will.
How did you
assume
get this
it's Chris
job?
Benoit, dude?
You
but it's
have
actually
Chris Benoit. He's put
Neil
on the Quiet
deGrasse.
We
Riot.
know
in
it's
his
we
house.
know it's yeah we know it's
We know it's the Chris
Okay,
Benoit
so
show.
Okay, but how about? I still think Neil deGrasse Tyson should brainwash him with science.
All right, but beyond
He's
that,
the ultimate villain.
That you don't want to disclose that.
I know, but I'm saying we
Yeah.
need to
From
keep
the
that.
jump.
You know
we
what it
need to
is?
keep that in
You know what
mind.
it is?
You want to have
We
that.
need to keep
You know
that
what?
in
No, no.
mind.
It's
Right.
it's the police officer's scene of the crime, and one cop's cleaning this up, and then one guy's like, "Yeah, this guy's like a wrestler or something," and then the other guy's like, "Yeah, I used to be into this shit when I was a kid," and then that's
He's the
like-
greatest.
flashback. Then we
He's
go
the
to the
greatest
flashback.
goddamn wrestler
and
that
then-
ever lived.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
we go, and then we go back to his childhood.
Yeah.
I love that.
In the Alabama
Canada.
of Canada,
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
that is. The Canada's south. It's
Winnipeg.
hot. It's Georgia, Canada.
What is it? What's the place? Calgary.
Calgary.
Shreveport,
The
Canada.
cowboy part. The cowboy part of Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's like running through the forest. He's chopping down trees and stuff. Sort of that,
He's
like
drinking
that,
beer.
that
South will
Rocky-
rise. South Canada will
Yeah.
rise again.
He's
yeah,
exactly.
that's
Some maple leaf in the
Yeah,
middle of
yeah.
a Confederate
That's
flag.
right.
You know, and he's
Maybe.
mudding.
Ooh, how about this? He accidentally kills his little brother doing a crippler crossface.
That didn't happen.
But we got to fucking.
That's like the flash. That's the thing that's been
That's
haunting
been
him.
haunting him forever.
His entire life. You do
Yeah.
need something like that in
Exactly,
his childhood.
exactly.
Something that he's been running from his entire life.
No, you know what we flash back to? The first time he has like a concussion, and the doctor's like,
You
"Yeah,
can't
you're
do-
fine."
yeah.
That's what you flash back to.
Right,
Okay.
right. Yeah, I agree. And,
so-
it has
so
to
wait,
be
And then from that flashback,
no, and it has
we
to
flash
be.
back even more.
But the doctor,
I think the whole thing should be a series of flashbacks.
the doctor is Will Smith doing African voice from the movie
The Concussion.
Yes,
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 you
yes.
got it. You got to throw back to.
Why you do this to your head? why are you going to make your noggin feel bad? I am a doctor who has taken the time to do a little research into what homosexuals do in the privacy of their own bedroom. They have a practice called anal fisting.
Yeah.
Where one man's hand is inserted into another man's rectum, and
he has
it's so
to take-
painful they have to take drugs.
And then Vince McMahon.
like-
My favorite part of that video is that.
Sound too bad.
Yeah, Pierre St. Pierre. What a great character that Adam doesn't know anything about.
I wasn't there.
Yeah, you weren't there.
Yeah.
That's right, you weren't fucking there, Nancy.
I'm sorry.
You weren't fucking there.
Oh, we going back to Benoit?
Yeah,
Nancy
dude.
Benoit? Okay.
Come on, man. We're at work right now.
We're at work.
That's what
Actually,
I'm
you
saying.
know what? This we should actually write the.
I think this actually would
that'd
be
be a
funny.
fun treat for the Patreon if we write a whole 5-act.
Chris Benoit saga.
Chris Benoit saga.
So it's just a movie.
No.
Oh, no. 5-act story structure for like a
An
television
hour-long
show.
drama.
Yeah, okay.
We'll write the
Yeah.
pilot, and
All
then
right.
I'll write
Yeah.
a little treatment up for the whole series, and then you know what? We could probably actually pitch it.
Why not?
But it has
Yeah.
to be
Why
Neil
not?
deGrasse Tyson.
I mean,
raped his
if you
wife.
could go look at some of the dumbass emails I've sent to my manager with bad ideas in it, this one not
I don't.
particularly
Yeah,
shitty.
I don't. And listen, we're passionate about the project. We're passionate about exercise.
Yeah,
We're passionate
This photo, man. Jesus.
about getting the story out there,
and we're coming up on the 10-year or the 12-year anniversary,
which is technically the amount of time you have to wait before you can
yeah.
develop a project like this.
Yeah.
Before nostalgia begins.
Right, exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
it was 11 years ago.
All right.
So yeah, I mean, I figure we sell it now, it'll probably be shot and then ready to air next year.
Right. At 12 years,
Nice little
100%.
summer
it's
hit.
vintage.
12 years.
Can I be Neil deGrasse Tyson in blackface?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to be Eddie Guerrero.
Yes, hell yeah.
Oh, dude, I miss him every day.
I know. R.I.P.
R.I.P. Anyway, okay. I think there needs to be a central conflict in their relationship where Chris is lying to her about something, which is his Bowflex and steroid addiction, and she's lying to him about something, and it can't just be the
she's
rape.
been reading books again.
She's doing
been-
science.
she's been doing
She's
science
doing
again.
science in private. And he said, she's like, baby, I'll keep you safe. You gotta promise me you'll never do science again, because when
Yeah.
you do science, you get raped.
And then, well, he doesn't know she got raped. But then also, he doesn't want his son around gay ass books.
That's true.
He wants his son to be strong,
Working out.
and not gay.
That's right. And his son
Has been reading.
super
Yo.
gay.
He catches his son reading.
Check this out, dude. So, Chris Benoit's real life wife, what's her name? She used to be married to another wrestler named Kevin Sullivan,
Who's that?
Sully.
and some guy
Kevin Nash?
Kevin
No.
Sullivan, and he designed. His rival was Chris Benoit, and in
you
the
serious?
wrestling world, he was like, "What if we had a storyline where you leave me for Chris?"
And
Are
then
you
they
kidding?
fell in
Yeah,
love?
and then in the 1990s, so Nancy, who wrestled under the ring name Woman, yeah,
Bitch.
would relieve him for Chris Benoit, and Sullivan insisted that the two should travel together, share hotel rooms, and hold hands in public to preserve the.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, and
That
then,
is the
and
most
then they
romantic
started
thing.
fucking. And Sullivan insisted that the two should travel together, share hotel rooms, and hold hands in public to preserve the.
Are you kidding?
Yeah,
That is the most
then they
romantic
started
thing.
Fucking.
Well, I mean, that's
That
kinda
is
on
a
him.
beautiful. That is a beautiful love story.
He was just
right
trying
there.
to get out of it, dude. There's no way. He knew what he
Yeah.
was doing.
He's like, "What if you fuck my friend?"
yeah. He knew that. Once you get that mongoloid Canadian charm, dude.
We got to have that in the movie, though. That's good.
Yeah, that's got to be in there because
it's gotta be
I guess
Eddie Guerrero.
he died as friends. All
So,
right.
are we scrapping this whole science thing and making her a wrestler?
No.
The actual story, Chris Benoit story, sounds very interesting, man. You know, I might look into it, man, because it sounds, if that part that you just talked about is actually real, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. His life was like a movie, man, in every aspect, you know. It sounds interesting, man. The actual story.
No.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah, that's got to be in there because
it's gotta be
I guess
Eddie Guerrero.
he died as friends. All
So,
right.
are we scrapping this whole science thing and making her a wrestler?
No.
No.
Okay.
She's well, but we can just bounce back and forth because you know what we're also going to do. Do it from Chris's perspective, so none of it's going to make any sense because he has brain damage.
Yeah, it's true. It's going to be an unreliable narrator.
Ooh, I like that.
You know me; I'm a huge fan of Faulkner, so we're gonna do it Faulkner style.
Faulkner style.
Mhm.
You like Faulkner, I like Faulkner.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I like that. That's
It's a-
smart.
it's a book-
Maybe we can work
it's a
that
book
into
with
Yeah,
a lot of-
Fuckner.
Maybe we can open. How
It's
about
a lot
this?
of characters.
Well, he catches
How about
son
this?
reading Faulkner.
No,
He's
opening
like, what is
scene.
that,
Opening
Faulkner?
scene
That's
is
good.
is the murder scene, right?
Uh-huh.
And
Very graphic.
very
you see
graphic.
everything.
And they were painting
Blood
over
spraying.
the blood spraying out of the Bowflex onto a bookshelf.
Too much
Yes.
blood.
And then it's the bookshelf from the Danzig home. tour.
Yes.
So it's
yes.
like
Spooky
vampires.
books.
True stories about how Jesus was goth.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
werewolves
yeah.
and how to jack off to them. Like those books.
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
then also a copy of The Sound and the Fury. And it splashes on that. Then we have a flashback. You know, we're in Mississippi.
Second flashback.
Yeah, we're in Mississippi.
Double flashback.
William Faulkner at his typewriter.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
I like it. It's a
William
hot
Faulkner-
day.
William Faulkner, very similar to Chris Benoit. And we draw a parallel between Chris Benoit and
love
William
this.
Faulkner. And then it's really not even a show about Chris Benoit anymore.
It becomes about.
It's about an artistry. It's
Wasn't
about great Americans.
Wasn't
with-
Faulkner writing like while he had a fucking job at a fucking factory and shit? Did my man write that big ass book he did while at a factory?
What are you talking
I don't
about?
know.
What's like the most famous book he wrote?
Oh, I don't know.
What do you do? East of Eden or whatever?
No, that's
That's not Faulkner.
It's not Faulkner. It's Steinbeck.
Steinbeck.
He had one big ass book.
What did he
Faulkner
do?
is Absalom, A Light in August, Sound and the Fury,
Sound of the Fury.
As I Lay Dying.
Yes,
That's
As I
what
Lay
he did.
Dying. Yeah, yeah,
That was also an emo band.
yeah. That's.
Yeah.
I think he wrote that shit while he had a factory job.
Okay, so flashback. William Faulkner. He's in the factory.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
And his manager is a Cajun man named Pierre Benoit.
Whoa.
Who we don't know yet is Chris Benoit's
Great grandfather.
great grandfather. Because his Chris Benoit's father was 12 when he had.
Someone needs to animate this story, man. You know, all you Camtown editors out there, man, pretty talented people. I hope someone has done something about this. Dude, I'm bopping like crazy, man. I hope someone has done something on this. It's a very good story, man. I'm just picturing it in my head as they're talking, and awesome, man.
Who we don't know yet is Chris Benoit's
Great grandfather.
great grandfather. Because his Chris Benoit's father was 12 when he had him.
Yeah.
And he comes from a long line of men that give birth at 12 years old.
The men you birth.
So even though it's only 60 years prior,
yes.
70 years prior, or whatever,
That's
there's
plenty
already
of time
been
for 5
18
generations.
right, to move to Canada
Yeah, yeah.
and lose their Cajun accent and just become Canadian rednecks.
Right.
That's good. I love that.
Anyways, I think we got the first half of the first episode.
I mean,
Yeah,
this
that's enough
is a
work
pretty
for
good
today.
fucking
no, it's
movie.
not enough work for today, but we certainly, we've made some progress. Now we
think
just need
we'll
to figure
pick it
out
up
how
on the
to-
next podcast. I think.
Are we out of time?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right.
So
So,
Pierre Saint Benoit, or
Yeah, why are you always trying to take a break? Are you trying to have a career in the entertainment industry?
right? Man.
okay, third
What-
flashback.
You know, first of all, there's a lot of agents and managers that listen to this show. That's a fact.
That is
Half
true.
of
An
Hollywood
industry favorite.
Yeah,
And they need to.
These are the industry trades.
They need to know that we have the kind of work ethic that will allow us
exactly.
to get jobs
We can't give up on an
on the
idea
next
after
season
20
of
minutes.
Bosch, which is what I'm angling for. I want to write for Bosch.
I'm trying to write for Roseanne.
I'm trying to write for Bosch, and this is about me right now.
Okay, that's fine. I respect that.
So, step one: what is Bosch? What is that show about?
I still don't
What
know.
is
Does anyone know?
Tools.
Who has any idea?
I think it's
about
tools.
I think he's a detective.
Yeah, I've seen Bosch. Seen probably a few episodes, probably 3 or 4. It's an okay show, man. I don't know, maybe it gets really, really good later on, but from what I've seen, which is in March, it's okay. It's okay. The actor looks very weird. I've always thought that guy who plays Bosch in that show just looks so weird, man. His face is just so weird, man. You know? He looks weird. Bosch.
Step one: what is Bosch? What is that
Yes.
show about?
I still don't
What
know.
is
anyone know?
Tools.
Who has any idea? Yeah,
I think it's
about
tools.
I think he's a detective who may or
Is
may
it
not
like a new monk?
may or
kind
may
of thing?
not be named Bosch.
He's probably
Franklin and Bosch?
It'd be funny if
Franklin and Bosch. Yeah.
It'd be funny if it's a detective named like Eric Smith, and then the show's just called Bosch for some reason, and they never explain why it's called Bosch, and then you find out that's what Neil deGrasse Tyson, the type of jigsaw he used to cut off Chris Benoit's wife's dress. cut her dress off with the jigsaw before raping her.
That's right.
In space school.
Yeah.
in planet
in
school.
the planetarium.
and
dude.
saying things are different sizes than they are.
Right.
That's what you learn in space
So
school.
okay,
right?
so you go flashback Carnegie Mellon University, Cleveland, Ohio. She's a young co-ed. He is a professor. He says, "I want you to meet me after class." She
and
goes
what year
to his
is this?
office hours.
1961.
1961.
1961. Fine. She goes to his office. He's shirtless.
So back saying things are different sizes than they are.
right.
That's what you learn in space
So
school.
okay,
right?
so you go flashback Carnegie Mellon University, Cleveland, Ohio. She's a young co-ed. He is a professor. He says, "I want you to meet me after class." She
and
goes
what year
to
is
his
this?
office hours.
1961.
1961. Fine. She goes to his office. He's shirtless.
So back in the background, we're hearing rock and roll.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because metal isn't around yet.
No.
1 o'clock,
So 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3
3
o'clock,
o'clock
4
rock.
5 o'clock,
We
6
have to
o'clock, 8
license
o'clock,
that.
9,
All the
9
numbers.
o'clock, 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock.
13 o'clock.
There's a lot of numbers on the clock.
Rape. You're about to get raped by Neil deGrasse Tyson.
She's like, "What's happened to me?" And he's like, "They don't have a name for this yet." He's just
It
like,
hasn't been invented.
They don't know. This is called having sex still. Out of what you're doing something wrong, actually. Me, I'm just boys will be boys. Is what it's called.
On the chart,
trying to send
boys
men-
will be boysing.
Yeah, man.
Neil
We're trying to
deGrasse.
send men to the moon. What are you doing? Complaining? This is why they shouldn't let girls in space school. Here at Carnegie Mellon, home of space.
Hell yeah, we get a jacked guy to play young Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah,
too.
and he has a bass guitar.
we get Terry Crews.
of course.
Terry
And you
Crews.
know he's doing that titty thing that he does.
Absolutely.
Everyone loves it when he does that
Absolutely.
titty flex thing.
Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah, we do also have to license 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock rock, no matter how much the estate of Elvis asks.
Was
for.
that Elvis?
1
think
o'clock,
so.
2 o'clock.
So, flashback to her rape. Then, flashback North Carolina, 1981, WWF Wrestling, like Combine Training Institute, whatever.
Ric
that
Flair
thing
is running the combine.
You got all these young. That's cool. So it's like a first class, like X Men
Yeah,
first
yeah.
class. You
All
got
the guys-
these young versions.
All the guys are like, seeing how much they can bench press, doing the 40-yard or whatever.
Right.
And then in the back corner, we see some nerds, and they're rolling out this like thing under a tarp. And all the rest was like, "What the fuck is that?" And they're like opening it up, and it's a Bowflex.
Oh, it's the first Bowflex. It's the first Bowflex. I saw where you were
And then
going
Chris,
with that.
Chris
and I
Benoit is
like
like
it.
just leaning over a squat rack, and he's like, "That's stupid."
He's like, that's the gayest thing I've ever seen.
And they're like, "Well, crazy times we're living in,"
And they're like, this is actually the future. He's like, do you want to try it?
Yeah.
And then the first time you see him use a Bowflex. No, he makes fun of the scientist, but then he sneaks back in later that
He makes
night.
fun of the scientists, and he's like, "No scientist will ever own me in any way
Yeah.
whatsoever."
Mhm.
And then he finds out years later that his wife was raped by one.
Oh, because he hates scientists.
That's the own.
Guess who the scientist is?
Who is
A
it?
young Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Oh, he's the one who made Bowflex.
Before he put on the makeup.
That is the link.
Oh,
A young
that is the
white
link.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
oh, wow.
That is the link.
He
Is
has
that
reverse vitiligo.
Yeah.
He becomes black.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
I can think of a better name for reverse vitiligo, but I'm not going to say it.
Oh fuck! This is really coming together, boys.
I like it. Okay, so
Yeah,
Neil
dude.
deGrasse Tyson both raped his wife and invented
The Bowflex.
which is the thing that he has developed this crippling addiction to. See, it's the steroid.
Yeah,
This is going to be a good ass show, dude.
it's gonna be so good, dude.
This is going to be the best show that anyone's ever watched.
Yep.
Whoa, dude! Who knew Neil deGrasse Tyson was the villain in Chris Benoit's life?
Who do you think about casting for Benoit? Dream casting. Budgets no. Budgets-
That fat Matt
That
Damon
fake
kid.
Matt Damon. Yeah,
He'd be perfect, and he's in all that
oh,
kind of
Landry.
shit.
What's his name?
Fat Matt Damon.
What's his name?
He was in
Somebody, if he listens,
Fat Damon.
To the show, please reach out to us. We would love to cast you in our Chris Benoit story.
Yeah.
Which
From
is
like Friday Night
wink,
Lights. and
wink,
shit, right?
unwink about me.
It's about this
Right, it's
crime
about
that
you.
Nick is actually going to be committing. So we don't have to license the story.
Yeah, so if Fat Matt Damon is listening, whatever your stupid ass name is.
Wasn't he in Breaking Bad?
He was in Breaking Bad.
He was in
Todd.
Breaking Bad and Friday Night Lights.
Oh, I know who they're talking about. At first, I didn't realize who they were talking about. The guy on Breaking Bad, Fargo. He's also on The Irishman as Al Pacino as Jimmy Hoffa's son. That actor, I forget his name, man. He does look like a fat Matt Damon, man. A fat Damon, if you will. Okay. Yeah, he'd be a good Chris Benoit. He'd play a good Chris Benoit. Appearance wise.
Yeah, so if Fat Matt Damon is listening, whatever your stupid ass name is.
Wasn't he in Breaking Bad?
He was in Breaking Bad.
He was in
Todd.
Breaking Bad and Friday Night Lights
And Fargo.
and Fargo.
Was he in Friday Night Lights?
Which
He gets a lot of
Fargo,
work.
which was the best show on
Yeah,
TV
he
in the
plays
last
the
4
nerd.
years prior to the Chris Benoit story,
Yep.
which is going to be the
We're
best.
coming
Fargo is awesome. I'm glad Nick agrees,
for
man.
you motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
It's like my dick Billy Bob Thornton in
Yeah.
the first season.
So he's going into the first wrestling match, right? His first.
Right.
He's at the combine, and that's where he makes friends with Kevin Sullivan.
Yes.
And Kevin Sullivan.
We have to change it. He's got to be
Oh,
Eddie
Kevin,
Guerrero.
Kevin Sullivan's his best
Yeah,
friend.
Kevin Sullivan.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be Kevin Sorbo.
It should be Eddie
It's Kevin
Guerrero.
Sorbo, who's
yeah,
a wrestler.
because Kevin Sorbo
who
has
you're allowed
been-
to use because he's a Christian. And
He has
the
been
Bible
locked
is
out of
public
Hollywood.
domain.
Exactly.
So you're allowed to. Any Christian person is allowed. You can do their story.
Ooh, so let's get what's his face?
Kirk Cameron.
Kirk Cameron.
Yeah.
But it was
Kevin
already
Sorbo-
Kevin Sorbo. So we
No,
get
but
Kirk
he-
Cameron to play Kevin Sorbo.
Kevin Sorbo.
All right, I see what you're saying. So Kevin Sorbo walks up and he introduces him, Chris Benoit, to his wife. This is my wife Nancy, who hasn't been raped yet, by the way.
Yep.
And Kevin and Chris is like, she hasn't been raped, and then they kind of have like a moment where he falls in love with her because she's not a rape victim. So she's
Yeah,
still
she's
perfect.
pure,
She's
yeah.
still pure. And then she's like, I just got to go back into the stock room to get more steroids where that scientist is. You know,
Oh, it
and he's
happens
like-
then and there.
Maybe it doesn't happen then, but no. You know what? It's probably too early for that to happen.
The rape? No, you want to
I thought it happened at
later
Carnegie
on.
Mellon.
Because you know where we find out that it's that the Bowflex guy is Neil deGrasse Tyson. It has to be the end of the episode where we see that guy putting on blackface makeup for some reason. At the end of episode like 4 or 5, and then it'd be people watching at home and go, "Oh shit, yeah, damn, I can't." Because you know where we find out that it's that the Bowflex guy is Neil deGrasse Tyson. It has to be the end of the episode where we see that guy putting on blackface makeup for some reason. At the end of episode like 4 or 5, and then it'd be people watching at home and go, "Oh shit, yeah, damn, I can't wait for next week." Yeah.
He just looks exactly like Neil deGrasse Tyson, but he's white. I'm like, oh, that guy looks kind of weird. And then he puts the blackface on.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Whoa.
that's dude, this is like Vince Gilligan level shit.
Yeah,
good,
and then
bro.
people on Twitter are going to be like, "What's going to happen next week?" You know, it's going to have the whole audience like debating and arguing.
Chris Hardwick, hey, you're hearing talking Benoit. I really can't, you know. I
What's
really
up,
can't
nerds?
say-
We're talking Benoit.
yeah. When it turned out the Bowflex salesman was also mentally retarded, and then he could he spoke a language that only Chris understood. Yeah.
All right, so then you want to take it back to modern day, right?
No, because we gotta like. I shouldn't.
Oh,
go
we
back
got to
and-
go way back and then work.
No,
our
yeah,
way
work our way up
to
through
the
his
murder.
career. So
Okay.
he just sort of meets her. He's in his first wrestling match or whatever, and there has to be something that happens in the first wrestling match where it shows his promise, but then also him getting fucking dinged in the noggin.
Yeah, he
Ah,
doesn't have his character down, right?
Yeah.
He's ashamed of being French Canadian.
Yeah.
He's afraid of his
like,
French ass last name.
I do not want people
Yeah.
to think,
Yeah.
to think I'm a retard.
Yeah, they're retired. Yeah, so he comes up with like a
And one of the other wrestlers is like, he's like, dude, I used to have an accent too. I'm actually from Turkey. You know?
Yeah.
And he's like, what I found that works is I smash a hammer into my forehead.
Yep.
and they could talk normal.
And it makes me talk. Makes me talk normal.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Iron
I
Sheik.
don't know if they. So then Chris Benoit tries. He's like, oh my god, it works. It's like
Yeah.
doing poppers, basically.
Wow.
And
And
he-
they are also doing.
so he
it.
also gets a
Their
dick
asses are so wide.
He gets really into poppers and smashing himself in the head with a hammer to get rid of his French Canadian accent.
We got to have a scene where he tries the Bowflex Total Gym at
Well,
home.
that's what happens. He doesn't win this first match because his range of motion isn't good enough.
And his character's bad, too.
No, I think he has to win the first match. That's too much. That's too much going on for the first episode. He can't also not.
I
win.
thought this was
Yo, whoever made this video, man, what a fucking savage you are. These images, man. These images are just. Wait. That actually looks like Chris, man. He's probably doing he's doing the wrestling move on now. Maybe he's at an army base, you know, how celebs usually visit army bases and stuff to entertain the troops and stuff. Yeah, this looks like an army base. There's a soldier standing behind him too. So this is him just doing the mock submission on on a soldier, man. But dude, the caption here is just too much, man. It's too much, man. It's too much, man. Fuck, his story is sad, man. I just can't stop thinking about it, man.
of motion isn't good enough.
And his character's bad, too.
No, I think he has to win the first match. That's too much. That's too much going on for the first episode. He can't also not.
I
win.
thought this was like episode 4.
No. We're still.
No, we're still
This is
on the
episode
pilot.
1?
We're still
We're
on
still
act.
on-
We're in act one. Of episode.
Act one.
1.
Yeah, we've
We
made
still
no
haven't
ground.
landed on a cold open
This is a
yet.
dense show. Is what you're saying.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot happening.
Hey man, you want to be a big boy? You want to be a real big boy television
You wanna be
writer?
David Chase?
This is the kind of work we do.
Okay.
45 minutes a day. Well, I'm already out of La Croix.
Breaks.
I'm ready for another one. I think, you know what? And this will be a risk, but I think we should give Roseanne a cameo. In the
I think so
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
The thing is that you have
She
so
should
many
play
actors
Vader.
because of liberal Hollywood who have been blacklisted. Kevin Sorbo's one of them.
Oh, you know what we should do?
Roseanne's one of them.
I'm gonna
Tim
get
Allen's another one
I'm
of them.
gonna get my people out to John Milius to write the speech.
He's right wing too.
The speech that Chris Benoit gives before killing his son with
You
wrestling.
gotta get Milius in the room.
Milius will do that.
Yeah, he could crush that shit.
I've known him for years.
Yep.
He'll do it.
We gotta have David Mamet in the room.
500 men went into the water, Chief. How about we just use John Milius' speech from Jaws?
I think that's fine.
And then we can credit him as the writer of the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, option.
From the mind
No.
that brought you Jaws.
we don't even have to do this. Sorry for having
Written by John Milius.
sorry for having such a sinister.
Speech from Jaws before he kills his son.
You know how you tell that chief? You tell by looking from the tail to the dorsal fin. They got black eyes, lifeless eyes, like a doll's eyes.
You know what? You don't have to pay him if you just say the speech in real life. Then
You quote me.
you quote yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. Let's do a video of me saying the speech.
We just need a
But just
video of you.
Yeah, but just by chance. I
No,
have
you
it.
just came up with it.
because they have to prove that I've seen Jaws.
How
Which you haven't.
You haven't.
I haven't seen. In
For
fact,
the
I don't
record,
even
you
know
have
what
not.
it is. I've never even heard of John
I
Milius.
don't know who John Milius is.
Yeah, I've never. John Milhouse? What are you talking about?
Millhouse.
Richard
What are we
Milhouse.
talking?
Simpsons. Yeah.
Milhouse from the
Yeah,
Simpsons?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't know. Did I ever tell you guys the story of the USS Indianapolis?
No, I haven't heard that.
Yeah.
No, what
What's the story?
They were on a mission to bring the atomic bomb to the Enola Gay.
Whoa.
Wow.
And so it was a mission so secret that when the Japanese torpedo boat hit the Indianapolis, no distress signal went out.
Damn.
And so 500 men went into the water.
Oh, my God.
And it took 2 days before the rescue boats showed up. And
That's crazy.
tiger sharks showed up.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah. and they got lifeless eyes.
Like what?
Like black eyes, like a doll's eyes.
What?
And then when they sink those teeth into you, and those black eyes roll back white. And there's something about the screaming is horrific. I don't know. I'll have to go find a transcript from Jaws. I mean,
From the story that you...
from the thing that I'm saying right now.
The story you heard.
Spontaneously.
Yeah.
The word for word thing I'm saying now,
Exactly.
by chance, might exist elsewhere.
So that's how we can...
Well, you wrote it down in your diary.
I'm telling you, dude. Maverick Illegal Department.
We're going to do our own legal on this project. We're not hiring any lawyers.
the legal bad boy. The legal eagle. Stay tuned next week for Act 2 of the Chris Benoit story.
And every
And
week.
it's a Netflix original.
It's 5
every
acts.
single week until they give us the show. That would be a fun project. We should sit down and not actually do that.
That would actually be pretty funny.
It would be fun.
Damn. That was like sitting in a writer's room of madmen, man. Of madmen. Let me Google how this dude died, man. Because I'm curious. How did Chris Benoit die? Nancy Benoit and their 7-year-old son, Daniel, before hanging himself. Benoit's wife was murdered first. She was bound at the feet and wrists and died of asphyxiation on the night of June 22nd. Damn. Okay, let me see how it happened. Okay, found a link. Strangled his Jesus. Professional wrestler Chris Benoit strangled his wife and smothered down his 7-year-old son, placing Bibles at their sides before hanging himself from a pulley in his weight room. Authorities said Tuesday. Police ruled the double homicide, investigating other steroids may have been a factor. They found prescription anabolic steroids in the home, among other legal prescriptions. Steroid abuse has been linked to depression, paranoia, and aggressive behavior, or angry outbursts known as roid rage. Wow, it's a really fucked up scenario here, man. He placed Bibles at their sides, man. I guess he really depression, paranoia. Yeah. Combine that with it's probably the steroids that did that to him. Probably CTE, getting dinged up all those years during his career. It's a really fucked up scenario, man. You know, I remember hearing about this when I was a kid. I remember, not as a kid, I remember just seeing him on a few episodes of WWE here and there. Because I started watching wrestling in the Stone Cold, The Rock era, and I think Benoit's era was even before that. So maybe in the Hulk Hogan, Macho Man era, you know. And I didn't grow up watching that. I grew up watching the Stone Cold, Steve Austin, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, onwards. Not the recent stuff, the old stuff. And I missed his era, but occasionally there would be an old episode on, and that's where I saw him for the first time, man. And I remember that signature move of his, the crow's face. I wonder if he played a heel or a face, man. I don't know. But his is a very sad story, man. Very, very sad story. One of the saddest stories I've ever heard regarding an athlete or a celebrity or whatever, man. Wow, this is very, very strange and very, very messed up, man. You know? It's very rare for usually in situations like this, what you hear is the person just hung themselves. You don't hear about it being murder, homicide. Homicide, him killing people and then killing himself. Mm, murder, suicide. But the boys here just took this and ran with it, man. They made it funny. Um, I wonder if people hated him back in the day, You know. I wonder how people felt about him back when he was alive, man. Did people like him? Did people hate him? I don't know. But there you go, man. The Chris Benoit story, man. It was a very creative episode there, or a video there, a session there by the boys. The writers' room trying to write their own version of the Chris Benoit story. It was really, really, really funny. Um, the Macho Man and Hulk Hogan impressions by Nick just fucking floored me, man. They killed me, man. Amazing. And I learned some things. Especially the story with him and the Sullivan guy who was his probably his rival, his wife's previous lover or boyfriend or whatever, and how that played out. I wonder if that's actually true. If the Sullivan guy just pushed Nancy on him, and the guys of let's make this storyline, blah blah blah. I think he didn't want anything to do with that anymore. He just wanted to push out Chris for some reason, man. Some reason that was fucking funny, man. That was fucking funny, man. It was funny, but in the back of my mind, I can't help but think how fucking sad this whole thing is. Because I know about his death. I know he killed himself, killed his family, but I've never really gone into the details, man. It seems there's a book out there, but fuck books, man. Maybe I'll go on YouTube and find a real documentary on Chris Benoit. And someone needs to animate this story, man, that the boys just came up with, man. Maybe someone has, man. Maybe someone has. There are a lot of talented Camptown editors on YouTube. Maybe someone has already done something. I just didn't find it. Shit, the Chris Benoit story, man. So sad. So sad. Another really story that has happened in pro wrestling that I know of is what's his name? There's a guy who died in the ring at some point in WWE. He had a brother. Was it Hardy? Not Jeff Hardy. Those guys are still around, I think. Somebody the Hitman Hart, his brother. The brother of the Hitman Hart or something. I remember that story. The WWE and other organizations, they do a good job of just diverting your attention away from that stuff when it happens. Because something like that happens and you think, oh my God, this organization is going to be brought to its knees and they're going to have a hard time dealing with this. But they usually do a very good job of just controlling the damage PR-wise to the point where people just forget. But they have a very dark history of neglecting their athletes, because they work on a contract basis. They don't employ. So it's hard for them to get legally bound or legally caught up in stuff, on a legal basis because they don't employ. They contract athletes, man. So yeah, they're not obligated to do some things for you, Their agreement is with you personally as the athlete. You agree on terms. They're put in the contract. You sign, they sign. And you can't really like gang up on them. You can't really like form a union or whatever, like they do in the UFC. These guys work on, they're contracted. Maybe there's still a chance to form a union despite them being contractors and not employees. But I don't know, man. I don't know, man. These companies and organizations and leagues, they're very savvy legally, and they know how to just avoid the blame and responsibility when it comes to stuff like this, serious shit like this, man. Um, Chris Benoit, shit. Yo, like, subscribe, and share, man. I will see you guys in the next one, man. Peace.